Hi, this is Galen with Eagle Ridge Barn Builders. Today we're going to take a closer look at one of our main styles, what it includes, and also what you can customize to make it exactly for you. A main style is essentially a starting point or a set of specs for the shell, where you can start, then choose the size, choose the layout, and also the options that you want. Standard in all of our buildings, we use the concrete block foundation. Basically, we add a pier of concrete blocks every 8 foot along every runner of the shed or cabin, and we make sure it's perfectly level, adding shims or any wood planks or anything necessary to make sure that your shed or cabin is perfectly level. You can prepare the site as you please. If you want to have gravel pad or just level the ground, that is totally up to you. If you prefer a concrete slab as the floor of the shed, it has to be perfectly level and square. So talk with your sales guy and make sure that concrete slab meets the requirements. In this video, we're going to go over the Gable sheds, all the options and specs. We're going to be using this 10 by 20 as an example. Starting with the floor, very similar to most of our buildings. You got 4 by 6 runners going along the building. Again, 2 on 10 foot or less in width, or 4 on 12 foot or wider. And those are 4 by 6 pressure treated. On top of that, you have 2 by 6 floor joists going 16-inch on center, and then 3/4 plywood on top of that. Coming to the inside, on our Gable sheds, you have a 7'9" interior wall height. Wall is framed with 2 by 4 studs. They're placed 16-inch on center, and then the LP smart siding in the outside. For the roof, we have 2 by 4 as well, trusses, and they're also placed 16-inch on center. And on top of that, you have the radiant barrier OSB with roof felt, and then whatever roofing you choose between metal or shingles. And the standard roof pitch on our Gable sheds is a 512. Here outside again, for the siding, we make sure we caulked all the nails and seams before we paint it with a Sherwin-Williams paint, just to give you that extra level of protection, as well as being able to choose the colors and customize that. Ventilation is also important, especially here in Texas, so we include gable vents and also ridge vents. On all Gable sheds, we also offer 100-mile free delivery and a lifetime warranty against any leaks or decays. Now for options that you can customize on our Gable sheds, starting with siding, obviously the LP Smart Siding is the standard option, but then you can also do LP Smart Siding, like this little section here, or board and batten siding as well. For porches, you can do the cabinet style porch, which is on the end of the building. You can do that 4 or 6 foot, or you can also do our very popular cottage style porch that is all across the width of the building. And also on bigger buildings, you can do inset porches, corner porches, the size that you want. You can customize that. For doors and windows, you can do 9-light doors. You can do a solid entry door. You can also do all the barn style doors, 3 foot, 4 foot single barn doors, and the 6 foot double barn door. And you can also do roll up doors and French doors on the Gable sheds. For windows, very similar to all the other styles, you can do 3 by 5s, you can do 3 by 4s, just like this one here. You can do 3 by 3s, 2 by 3s, and then also the shed version of 2 by 3, which is just a single pane window. You can also get 3 different sizes of transom windows and place them wherever you want to, including our barn doors. If you want to put a specific door, your own door or window, you can also have us do a custom opening, custom size, so we can frame it out, cut it out for you, so you can install whatever you want on, in terms of doors and windows. Other options that you can add to our gable sheds are things like dormers. There are several different sizes of dormers that you can add for extra, height in the inside and extra light coming in. You can also do anchors, and that depends a little on your soil. So we'll ask about that. Then you can also customize the roof pitch. Standard is 512 as I mentioned earlier, but you can do 712 or 812 if you want a higher roof pitch on your shed. If you need easy access to your shed, we also offer ramps, aluminum ramps for especially the barn doors if you need bring in a lawnmower or something like that. But we also do sets of steps if you need that easy access. Other interior options that you can add on our gable sheds would be loft, even though there's not much headroom, but you can add loft if you want to, lower it a little bit. We can do custom shelves or workbenches. Totally up to you how much and where you want to place that. We can also do interior wall framing if you want to make any divider walls or rooms inside your shed. And we also offer house wrap if you want that extra level of protection against moisture, especially if you're going to insulate the building. We offer custom electrical options where you can put plugs and switches and lights wherever you want to. And we also offer packages for spray foam insulation, closed cell for the floor, open cell for walls and the roof. You can also add the finished interior package, which basically turns your shed into a finished space with AC. If you want to use it more for an office or you just want climate controlled space. For more structural options in the interior, you can also do hurricane ties for the trusses. You can also do 12-inch on center floor joist if that's something you want, as well as upgrade from that 3/4 plywood standard floor to and 3/4 engineered tongue and groove. Also, you can do the framing. Instead of 2x4 studs, we can change that to 2x6s. And last, you can also lower the sidewalls to 7 foot if you prefer that, or if you have a height limit in your city or neighborhood, that's something we can also customize. One other thing that you can add to our gable sheds would be the cabin shell package. That usually is for smaller buildings that you're planning to finish the interior. So it adds house wrap, it adds dead wood on gable ends, and a few things like that to make it easier for you to finish the interior. So that's pretty much it for options and the standard specs of our gable sheds. This style is one of the most popular ones. It can be used in so many different ways depending on what options you add and how you customize it. So if you have any more questions or you think gable shed is the style you want to go with, you can just fill a form below and we'll get in contact with you, make sure you have all your questions answered, and get a custom quote on one of our gable sheds.